This episode has been brought to you by JustNForm.com. If you're tired of being censored, tired of having your data stolen and sold, go to JustNForm.com, a social media site where all voices are welcome.
So I got something across my desk this morning that sounds like fantastic news. It sounds so great. The headline reads with the air of revolutionary. Okay, I almost rolled up a doobie myself. I'm just kidding. Please don't arrest me when I leave the house. I'm not joking. Just kidding. I live in Florida. Medicinal, turn up. No, I'm just kidding. But CNN wrote an article talking about this recent bill that Chuck Schumer was so gracious enough to push through today. Or he introduced it, I should say. They are going to federally decriminalize marijuana. Yes, they have to decriminalize the plant that literally has like no negative side effects, that has less fatalities than cigarettes and alcohol and cocaine and heroin and opioids. I mean, hey, but at least they're decriminalizing it, right? Well, that must mean that no longer will federal law enforcement be able to get involved in the issues of the states when it comes to marijuana. No, actually, it's not the case, because according to the report, the federal government will still be allowing states who have not decriminalized it in their personal states to still use federal law enforcement to punish these things. I don't get it. What's the point of decriminalizing? So what? You're going to make it so that people like Sessions can't take advantage of the situation in California? Okay, that's cool. So this is going to benefit, this is for the benefit of the state, right? The federal government doesn't really get a lot of benefit out of this. Oh, just kidding. They do. You would think, of course, if they're passing marijuana now, there could not have been an altruistic reason why somebody was going to get something out of it. And that is the truth, because guess what? They will be taxing federally now marijuana sales after they're already being ridiculously taxed statewide. And they're putting it into the treasury, people. And guess what they're using it? They're using it for disadvantaged people trying to get into the marijuana industry. Yes, they are. Do you really think that money from the treasury? When have our tax dollars ever been used for our benefit? Before you say, what about my road tax? Nah, you pay road taxes. And in some states, you pay road taxes and tolls. Well, what about schools? Property taxes, and that comes from your house or your area. And hell, let's be honest. Do property taxes really pay for the amount of school that it should? Like, if I live in the Fort Lauderdale, Miami area, and they miss millions of dollars every year, and nobody said anything about it. What are your taxes? Like, you pay a vehicle tax, not a sales tax. You do pay a sales tax, but in states you pay vehicle taxes also. Why? Why do you pay? You pay a sales tax when you buy a vehicle. Why do you need to pay also a vehicle tax just for owning one? I'm just asking. So after they made marijuana illegal, after they started a drug war surrounding the consumption of marijuana and the selling of marijuana, after they've been literally breaking into people's homes and using the FBI in places where it was already legalized, your only solution is to federally decriminalize marijuana, but not actually to federally decriminalize it. But it looks like to me, it really does. It looks like to me that it's not, they're introducing the legislation as federal decriminalization, but what it really is we're about to federally tax that ass. That's exactly what it comes down to. And this is where the libertarians actually get some ground with me, because I don't believe the federal government knows how to appropriately spend our money. They give themselves raises every single year, where our minimum wage has been the same, despite the fact that the minimum wage was created specifically so that we don't have to deal with the issues that we're having with our country right now. We're about to go into a recession right now. Shouldn't you be finding ways to make sure that more money stays in the pockets of the average citizen? Before you talking about taxing another form of income, therefore increasing the price and making it inaccessible to the average person who would need it, how about you do the things that we've already asked you to do with the money we're already giving you? How about you really decriminalize it? You're leaving the issue in states' hands, and it shouldn't be, it's not a states' right issue. It doesn't harm anybody. NyQuil is more dangerous to your kid than them taking a damn like CBD oil. Tylenol is more dangerous, or really any ibuprofen like product is more dangerous to the inside lining of your kid's stomach than marijuana could ever be. And you're saying we're still going to pretty much do everything that we've been doing in the past. We're still going to be able to use the federal government to enforce laws in states that don't want to do anything, or that don't want to legalize it. But at least in the states that it is legal, we can tax the hell out of y'all now. So I don't know if marijuana like stocks are going to increase or if they're going to like plummet now, because you're already like Colorado is paying a shitload of money in taxes for marijuana. California doing the same. It's making it incredibly difficult to enter the industry for anybody. And so on top of the taxes that they're already paying out of their profits for a state, now they're going to have to do the same for the federal government. Like when does it stop? And there's limited competition. There's limited competition. And so because they're pulling from a very small pool of profits instead of pulling from a large pool of potential profits by decriminalizing it everywhere. This is the pharmaceutical compromise, the great pharmaceutical compromise. Hey, pretend like you're gonna legalize it because I know that y'all hurting for money right now. I know you want to tax it, so pretend like you want it legal, but don't actually decriminalize it or legalize it. It's pathetic. This is not something to celebrate. Although Bernie Sanders sponsored this bill or co-sponsored it, and it is a step potentially kind of in the right direction. At the very bare minimum, we better start seeing a lot of vacated sentences for all those people who are sitting in jail right now because of that crime bill. A lot. At the bare minimum, that. Can we get that? You got the nerve to smile but not bring up that. You know, Chuck Schumer in the interview was smiling about it. Yeah, we're going to decriminalize. There's some people right now who are reading this and are absolutely livid. Livid. People in the suburbs making millions, while people in the hood are making millions, but for not for themselves, but for the prison industrial complex and those who decide to profit off of it. It's utterly ridiculous. Legalize the damn plant. Legalize it already. It's that simple. The FDA is, by the way, determining what is safe and what is not safe for marijuana consumption, by the way, because they've done such a fantastic job of doing it in the past. That's okay. That's okay. We gonna keep pushing, right? We gonna keep pushing. Thanks for tuning into that segment of Mi Casa es Su Casa. Make sure that you subscribe. If you can, support the network by going to our Patreon link, which you can find in the description below. Also, join us on JustNForm. But remember, more than anything else, find your balance. Peace.